I'm back! Some of you will have seen my get to know me video. I hope you enjoyed that. I decided to just do that one to kind of get me into it and like get used to the whole idea of YouTube. A lot of people also said about doing one about Camp America, Camp USA. So I decided I would just do in this video my opinion on Camp USA. I'm going to just go through the pros and cons of what I think about camp and doing your J1 in like a camp environment. And then also I put up my Instagram to get some questions about camp, and I'm going to be answering some of them as well. So if you're thinking about going to camp, watch this video. A lot of people will know, but I'll just go through my background really quick. I always knew I wanted to do a J1, I just didn't know like where, how, why, when, like whatever. So USA Summer Camp, I will leave them linked below. They came into my college, I signed up with them there straight away. So how you go about actually doing camp is you will sign up to like an agency, so like USA Summer Camp or CCUSA or any of those, and they'll look after like your visa, your insurance, they'll sort out your job, they'll do all that sort of stuff. But then you get hired by like by an actual camp. So you can get hired at a hiring fair, or you can get hired on an online interview. Once you have your visa and everything, you go over to camp. You stay on camp for 7 weeks or 8 weeks, some people longer, some people shorter. And then after that you have 30 days where you can like travel around the US. So last year I did 2 weeks in New York, was it? A week and a half, I think, in New York. Then my flights got cancelled and it got extended. So like a week and a half just in New York with all the friends I've made from camp, and it was unreal, literally the best time of my life. Loved it. I got hired by Camp IHC, which is in Pennsylvania, just outside New York. I was hired as a media photography specialist. So I spent the summer with the camera in my hand taking photos. So just a little bit about my camp. So Camp IHC is a 7-week sleepaway camp. So the staff are there for 8. Everyone has different roles. This year I'm going back to Camp IHC. I didn't know if I was gonna be, I didn't know if like my life was gonna lead me there this year, but it has. So I'm going back to Camp IHC, fingers crossed, all this coronavirus stuff out of the way. I'm going back in June as a CS, so I'll be going back as just cabin specialist, like the regular camp counsellor, which I'm so excited for, and it's going to be such a different summer than last summer because I'm doing a whole different role. That's just like a brief introduction to my camp. Obviously every camp will be different, everything will vary depending on where you get hired. I can only really speak about my camp, but generally all kind of sleepaway camps are around the same, unless you do like special needs camp or maybe like an underprivileged camp or a day camp. They'll be the only ones that'll kind of differ. I think I might do it as like a pros and what I think are the cons of going to camp. Now obviously I'm going back, so like clearly in my opinion the pros outweigh the cons. You'll get other people. Camp is like, I always say, it's so specific. I'll say to my friends who are coming with me this year, literally like you might recommend it to one person, you might be like to another person, this is your idea of hell. Do you know that kind of way? Like it's literally very specific. But I can just talk about like my experience. So camp is an amazing bubble. It's an amazing way to do a J1. It's such a like safe way to do, like especially your first J1, because you have your job, you're living there, all that sort of stuff. So if you go to a sleepaway camp like I did, you're living on camp for 8 weeks in cabins. I was living in with say 12 kids. Basically you just go over and you live in this camp bubble for 8 weeks. We don't really have anything like it out here in Ireland, but it's kind of like them going to summer camp, but they just stay overnight, and the summer camp is like amazing, like literally unreal. Like if you want to see more about like my camp experience, like what it was actually like, all the cool stuff, I'll leave my 2 vlogs of my camp experience down below, like where you can see all the camp, or you can just Google camp videos and see what it's really like. But I kind of wanted to do more like pros and cons. So pros of doing Camp USA is accommodation. Like firstly, you're put up on camp, you're fed all your meals in, my camp obviously. You're like looked after really well. You're in this like safe camp bubble rather than just doing a J1 where you're just completely like, say, thrown into the deep end of just living on your own, having utility bills, cooking, all that sort of stuff. You're completely like in the camp bubble. Camp is like such an amazing experience, as in you can meet, like I have friends from literally all over the world because of camp. I've made my best friend from Nate, Verona, but like I met her through camp, and then like I met loads of girls, all my friends from New York, literally all over the world. Like you meet people, you'll have experiences and meet people that you would just never get to have at home. I think it's also amazing because it's just so different. Like it's so different than anything we have at home. Like it's, the whole camp world is just surreal to us. Like we couldn't even imagine it, from their facilities, like their traditions, to everything. Like it's just a different world being in camp, and it's something that I feel like you'll only really be able to share with someone who's actually done camp. If you haven't really, you're not going to know how much of an impact it has on you. Like I know it's a job, but at the end of the day, it's like an experience. It's more like a journey kind of, if you know what I mean. I could literally talk about camp all day, like the pros. I feel like it's a really, really nice place for someone who loves kids, right? Firstly, like teachers, anything like that, like you're flying, you're gonna have a job so easy. It's just a lovely place to go and like wind down. If your whole year is very stressful, like very addicted to your phone, not living in the real world, camp really just gets you to pare back my camp had no makeup, no phones, which is all daunting obviously at the start, but like you get such an experience out of it, and you really do come out of it a different person. Yeah, it really does change how you see things, and it really can cause you just to slow down and go back to like basics. I know you're saying basics and look at me, but like, yeah, I could literally talk about positives about camp all day, but just a few more. So obviously camp is a really easily organised J1. Like it's really, I think until you go to organise your own J1, you realise how difficult it is. So camp really sets that up nicely for you. There's so many different jobs you can do. Like you can literally, there's something for everyone. Like whether you're CS living full time with the kids like their mammy, whether you're activity specialist like doing what you love, like cooking, arts and crafts, basketball, whatever you're good at all day, or whether you're like sports staff like me, media, photography, videography, whatever you're good at, cooking, laundry and housekeeping, or like kitchen stuff. The dates for camp are really nice. They give you a nice window. You'll kind of start maybe in June, finish up around mid-August, then you'll have about a month to, if you want to do a month of traveling all around the US. And generally people will meet people from camp and travel with those people. So obviously then there's all the like basic like menial things, like your meals can be provided if it's sleepaway camp. Your transport is all looked after. Like I know my camp, this is personally my camp, like IHC are unreal, but like transport to and from the camp, you've kind of got less outgoings on your J1. Like you haven't got like utility outgoings like water, heat, like all that sort of stuff. I know it's boring, but it's true. And then camp is so good. The negatives of camp, I haven't got that many negatives to say about camp, but I know it is all very specified to the individual. Like I'm a teacher, like do you know what I mean? I'm like camp's ideal target. Like if you hate kids, or if you hate like activities and running around, obviously don't go to camp, do you know what I mean? Some of the things I'd say people would find difficult in camp is the working hours. You are getting up at 7:30 in the morning in my camp or whatever with the kids, and you're with them all throughout the day. You might get one period off, but then you're with them all throughout the day, like shower hour, break time, like all throughout till say 10 o'clock at night when you let them go to sleep. You're so tired. You can go off and go kind of hang out for a while, but like you're so tired you don't really want to. And then in my camp you get days off. So I know all camps do days off differently, but generally it'll be like 1 or 2 days over the week, and then maybe evenings off in some camps. My camp, it was one night, 2 days kind of off. No, 1 night, 1 day off. So you are with these kids a lot, and it is like, I think it is the hardest thing you'll ever do, like hardest work. But I don't think hard work should be a reason for someone not to go, if you get me. Like I think if you're not going because of hard work, right, like, do you know what I mean? What are you going to be doing here, like working in a shop? Like you'd be working as hard. It's just different type of hard work. It's more like intrinsically hard rather than actually hard, if you get me. Another thing that I would say, warn people, I'm not going to call them cons because they're just like warnings, like whether you use them as a reason not to go or whether you don't, kind of up to you. Definitely difficult for contacting camp. So you are with the kids all day, and if your camp is a technology free camp like mine was, you could only access your phone for say the 40-minute rest period and then the evening off. So the evening, but the first thing you get when you want when you get a period off isn't like I'm gonna hike up and go check my phone, you know what I mean? It's more like I'm gonna sit down and have a rest. But I found that hard. So like say when you're evening off, it's 10 o'clock at night, it could be 4 AM in Ireland, like contacting home is a little bit tricky. Or like if your boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, at home, I know that can be like straining on a relationship, whatever. Letters are a way around that. I sent loads of letters. The only thing I can say is like, yeah, it's hard about the contact thing, but you're home 3 days and like you're sick of your mum and dad. Do you know what I mean? Not sick of them, but like you're just used to being back home with them. So this year I'm gonna just think like that. I'm gonna be like, I'll be home and I'll be moaning. The last kind of con I can think about is like, you have like your agency fees. So like you have about $459 to pay to your agency, and it's like more money for your visa, and there's just a few hurdles of money, but I think in the long run you're saving them because you're not having the outgoings that you would have on a normal day one. Obviously I'm really like pro camp because I loved it, but if you are struggling to make a decision about going to camp, drop me a text on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram below, and then, or even comment on the video below. And if you want me to, if you are going to camp and you want me to do like a packing list video, the best ways to get hired video, like my top tips for camp, like these are all separate videos that I could do, and I probably will be doing if please God I end up going with coronavirus and everything. I will be doing a packing video and stuff like that. But if you want to see that, definitely give me a text or like comment down below, just so I know that some people are interested. So now I'm going to go on to the few questions I had about camp. Obviously I feel like people really think about making the decision about going. I don't know, I just never thought that much about it. I didn't even know what camp was, and I just landed there and went. But I feel like people really think it through more so than me. So like, just give me a text, like I've done it, I can help, you know? One of the questions was, how do I go about applying? So you apply, as I said, through a visa agency. And a visa agency, I just went to USA Summer Camp. They're the only ones I can really reference well. I'll link them down below. I was really happy with their services. They were always on the other end of the phone to answer me. I'm recommending 3 of my friends are supposed to be going to camp, so they're all going through USA Summer Camp, so I definitely recommend it if you're thinking of going. I'll leave their link down below. How you got picked for the job over other people. This is tricky. So like basically you do an online application with USA Summer Camp, that'll go live. I didn't get any response really on my online application. I went to the jobs fair in the Aviva, which was in January. I basically just sold myself. You just sell yourself what you're good at to your camp and hopefully you get a job. It's literally who they like. It's like a job interview. How do you get picked over other people at a job interview? Be prepared, be ready, like all that sort of stuff. What should you bring? Camp packing is like a whole ball game in itself. So as I said, if people are going and they want me to do a camp packing video, 100% I will do that, because packing, this year I'm going to be all over my packing for camp. Like last year I did not know what to bring. This year I'm going to be all over it. So what is the day like? So your day at camp is extremely structured. The kids will get a schedule every day for your division. I never really talked about that actually. So there's different age group divisions and they will all have schedules. So your schedule kind of looks something like, I can't remember exactly, but it would be like very structured, like breakfast, maybe 3 activities, lunch, rest hour. In this day there's rest hour, pool time, general swim, shower hour, dinner, and then there'll be like an evening activity, and then the kids will go to bed and then you'll have your free time. It's kind of roughly how it looks. How much money do you get paid? Wasn't this the golden question? Camp is not something you do if you're looking to go on a J1 to make money for a car, for a master's, for a, I don't know, life. Like camp is more something you do for the experience. So you kind of, I find with camp the best way to put it is you're going to break even probably. So the amount you'll spend on getting there, like flights, visa agency, packing, money, spending money over there, you'll break even with say your 1.5 grand you get paid or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So whether that's something you want to do, I don't know. That experience for me was more important at this time in my life. If I want to make money in the summer, I'll go to Montauk and I'll work in a restaurant, because I know a lot of people do that and make a load of money, so that's a different type of J1 you're looking for. Days off I kind of already spoke about, but the days off will be 1 day a week or whatever, and my camp bring us to a place, so they'll bring us to like a theme park, water park, camping, mall, like outlet, all that sort of stuff. They'll bring you to that if it's a good camp. One of the girls asked, who's your favourite former campers? That was Sydney. Obviously, former campers are people who went to camp when they were kids and now are back as staff. So I have made amazing friends. So excited to see them again this summer. Said, is it good? Like, Ali, that's you. Yeah, like, obviously it's personal preference, but if you watch my vlogs, you can make out of it. Like, it was an amazing experience. So yeah. Last question was, did you meet any seriously incredible / fit people? Name and shame, please. Verona Farrell. So I've literally been rambling for so long. I knew whenever I got talking about camp, like, it's just, you just can't stop once you get talking about it. But if that wasn't enough for you, send me a DM or send me a comment, and I can do more specialised videos for people who are actually going, who are still stuck or whatever. This is more just like to give you a broad overview, and for anyone who's like on the fence, maybe this could push you in or out of camp. So yeah, thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you're enjoying my YouTubes. If anyone has any suggestions for videos they want to see, always just comment in down below, or I'll leave my Instagram in the description box so you can kind of send me any suggestions. Really appreciate all the support. Thanks so much, guys, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.